You say you do a lot, but do you feel like you do everything you want to do? The docs told me I should have put the brakes on decades back, but here I am at 91. Still driving my Chevy and ain't been down with sickness for 30 years straight, not even a case of the sniffles. And no, it ain't luck. It's these 5 things I do that changed everything for me. Some are so dang simple you'd think they couldn't work, but trust me, they do. Here's what I do differently than most folks, and why you might want to start today. Habit number 1. Morning movement ritual. Every morning, before my feet hit the floor, I start moving. It ain't exercise. It ain't stretching either. It's what I call sending a wake-up call to my body. A little message saying today we're moving, breathing, and living. Been doing this since I turned 62. Doc Johnson once told me your body ages fastest right after you wake up. Your blood's thick as molasses, your joints are stiff as boards, and your whole system's still foggy. But most folks rush right into the day. They jump out of bed, grab their phone, and dive headfirst into stress. I do the complete opposite. I lie flat on my back and take 3 big, deep breaths. Then I stretch my fingers out, wiggle my toes real good, and slowly turn my ankles and wrists around. Takes me about 90 seconds, but it tells every part of me, wake up. I need you today. Sounds kinda silly maybe, but this little morning ritual gets my blood flowing to where it needs to go, oxygen to my brain, and reminds my body it's time to move. Makes me less likely to fall, settles my nerves, and gets my circulation going. Them scientists at the National Institute on Aging back me up on this. Old-timers like me who do gentle morning movements report having more energy, clearer thinking, and better balance all day long. Still think it's too simple? Let me tell you how my mornings used to be. At 60, I'd wake up stiff as a board. I'd stumble to the bathroom, legs heavy as logs, head all cloudy. Once, I even tripped over my slippers, 'cause my feet weren't awake enough to step right. That's when I knew if I didn't send a message to my body, it'd keep hitting the snooze button. Now, I don't skip a day. I do it before my coffee, before checking what's happening in the world. And if I forget, my body reminds me quick. What matters ain't how hard you stretch. It's doing it every single day. It's being consistent that rewires your body, not how intense you go. The Mayo Clinic put out research showing that doing easy morning movements regularly can bring down inflammation, help your joints, and even keep your blood pressure steady if you're older. That ain't made up. That's science. And here's the truth. You don't need yoga classes. You don't need no special mat. You don't even gotta get out of bed. You just need 90 seconds and a little message to your muscles saying, we're still in this together. So ask yourself, when's the last time you really said good morning to your body? 'Cause getting old don't happen all at once. It happens in them quiet morning moments that nobody sees. And it's in those same moments that you can start fresh. Habit number 2. The golden morning drink. Every morning after I move, I drink something that's kept me from getting sick for over 30 years. It ain't no fancy supplement. It ain't a pill. And it sure as heck ain't some expensive powdered stuff from the internet. It's just warm water with lemon, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. That's it. Don't let how simple it is fool you though. This drink packs a punch. It's the first thing that goes into my system each morning, and it's how I get my immune system ready, keep inflammation down, and get my digestion going before breakfast. Let me break it down for you. Lemon juice. It floods your body with vitamin C, which helps make white blood cells, them soldiers that fight off sickness. According to them smart folks at the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University, vitamin C don't just prevent you from getting sick. It makes being sick not last as long, especially for us older folks. It also gets your liver making bile, which helps digestion and keeps toxins from building up. Ever wonder why your digestion slows down when you get older? Often, it's 'cause your stomach acid's low, and lemon helps fix that problem. Then there's turmeric, nature's strongest anti-inflammatory root. It's got this thing called curcumin, which hundreds of studies show can lower inflammation in your body, the kind that goes up as we age and leads to chronic problems, achy joints, and even trouble thinking clear. A study in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that taking curcumin improved immune function in older adults and reduced what they call oxidative stress. But here's the trick. That black pepper ain't just for taste. It's the activator. It's got a compound called piperine that makes your body absorb the turmeric up to 2000% better. Without it, turmeric barely gets into your bloodstream. Together, these three ingredients make what I like to call my golden morning drink. Takes less than 5 minutes to make. Just warm up a cup of water. Not boiling, just warm enough to drink comfortably. Squeeze in half a lemon, add a quarter teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. Stir it up, drink it down, and let it work its magic. I've had this drink nearly every morning for 3 decades. Not 'cause I read about it somewhere, but 'cause I felt the difference myself. When I started, I used to get sinus infections twice a year, my joints would ache every winter, and I always felt sluggish after breakfast. 2 weeks after starting this habit, my digestion got better. Wasn't bloated no more. My joints felt looser. I hadn't changed, nothing else. A few months later, I realized I hadn't been sick in almost a year. That was 30 years ago, and I've stuck with it since. Do I still get around viruses? Sure I do. But my body don't welcome them in no more. It's awake. It's alert. It's ready. This golden drink is more than just something to sip on. It's a signal. Just like my morning movement, it tells my body, we're playing offense today. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated routines. You need small, consistent habits that whisper, I care about you. So tomorrow, before your toast pops or your eggs are ready, pour yourself something golden. And as you drink it, remember you ain't just having a beverage. You're making a statement. I choose to be healthy, not by chance, but by choice. Habit number 3. The daily healing walk. I don't walk just to exercise. I walk to heal myself. Every day, come rain or shine, I step outside and take a 15-minute walk to fight inflammation. No headphones, no phone, just moving and breathing. Most folks don't give walking enough credit. They see it as something you do when you can't run no more, like it's plan B. But at 91, I can tell you it's the foundation of everything. When I was in my 60s, I used to jog, thought I needed to sweat buckets to stay young. Then I read a study that changed how I saw things. It said the simple act of walking, just plain walking, can reduce inflammation throughout your body, keep your blood sugar steady, boost your memory, and even cut your risk of dying by 39%. That's when I stopped chasing sweat and started embracing rhythm. You see, walking ain't just about moving forward. It's about putting everything else back where it belongs. Your joints, your lymph system, your nerves, even your thoughts. And here's what matters. I do it every single day, no matter what. I don't walk far. Sometimes it's just around the block. But I never skip it. Not 'cause I'm so disciplined, but 'cause I've seen what happens when I don't. I get stiff, my joints hurt, my thoughts get foggy, my digestion slows down. But when I walk, I'm like a well-oiled machine. My shoulders roll back nice and easy, my knees stay loose, my mood gets better, and by the time I get back home, I feel like somebody hit my reset button. There's science behind this. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that just 20 minutes of walking reduced levels of something called C-reactive protein, which shows inflammation in older adults. Another study from Stanford showed that walking boosts creativity and mental clarity better than any activity you do sitting down. But you want to know what really convinced me? One morning about 25 years ago, I skipped my walk. I was busy. I told myself I'd do it later. But the day got away from me, and for the first time in years, I felt old. Not tired, not sore, just plain old. Like my joints weren't mine anymore. Like my lungs had forgotten how to stretch proper. That's when I knew walking wasn't optional. It was medicine. Now, I treat my daily walk like a prescription from the doctor. I put on shoes with good support. I start slow. I focus on my breathing. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. I swing my arms gentle to keep my posture open. And here's something you might not expect. I smile while I walk. Not 'cause I'm happy, but 'cause it makes me happy. That small thing, smiling, activates your vagus nerve, an important part of your nervous system that controls inflammation, heart rate, and even digestion. One study from a journal called Psychosomatic Medicine found that smiling, especially when you're moving, makes the stress-fighting effects of physical activity even stronger. So I smile, I breathe, I walk 15 minutes a day, and it's given me decades of strength. You don't need fancy gear. You don't need perfect weather. You don't even need energy. Walking gives it to you. Your body was built to move, and every step says, I still can. So if you've been feeling stuck, tired, or foggy, don't wait till you feel like it. Put on your shoes, open the door, and tell your body, let's start again. 'Cause movement is life. Habit number 4. Protein-rich brain and body breakfast. There's one nutrient I never skip, not once in over 30 years. It ain't a vitamin. It ain't some magic mineral. It's something much more basic. Protein. See, when I turned 60, I thought I was eating just fine. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, even took a multivitamin sometimes. But I was still losing my strength. My energy would drop by mid-morning. I started forgetting things, names, where I put my keys, even whether I'd eaten lunch or not. I thought it was just getting old, but my doctor, Dr. Williams, said, no, Bobby, you're just not getting enough protein. Turns out, after 60, your body gets worse at absorbing and using protein. That means you need more, not less, to keep your muscles, memory, immunity, and healing working right. And that's when I changed my breakfast completely. Instead of cereal or toast, I started eating what I call my brain and body breakfast. It's real simple. 1 boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, and a small bunch of blueberries. Altogether, that's over 25 grams of high-quality protein plus stuff that fights inflammation, healthy fats, and things that boost your brain. It don't just fill me up. It fuels me up. And here's why it matters so much. Protein ain't just for bodybuilders. It's for immune cells, which are literally made from amino acids. It's for enzymes that repair tissue. It's for neurotransmitters that keep your brain sharp. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who eat 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal had way better muscle mass, fewer hospital stays, and even lived longer. Another study from Tufts University showed that seniors with higher protein intake had stronger immune responses to illness and vaccines. It ain't just about strength. It's about bouncing back. But not all proteins are the same. That's why I focus on complete proteins, those that contain all 9 essential amino acids. Eggs. Perfect score. Greek yogurt. Complete protein plus calcium and good bacteria. Walnuts. Not complete, but packed with omega-3s and inflammation fighters. Blueberries. They're the antioxidant glue that brings it all together. This breakfast don't just keep me full. It keeps me rock solid. And here's something I didn't expect. My blood sugar evened out. I used to crash at 11 a.m. Now I sail through the morning like I'm 40 again. If I have meetings, long drives, or appointments, don't matter. I'm sharp, I'm steady, 'cause I started with what matters most. And no, it don't have to be complicated. Some days I'll switch it up. Cottage cheese with flax seeds, a small piece of grilled chicken on sprouted toast, even a lentil scramble if I'm feeling fancy. But the rule stays the same. Never skip protein, especially at breakfast. That's when your body decides how it's going to perform for the rest of the day. You wouldn't put empty fumes in your truck, would you? So why do we do it to ourselves? A protein-rich breakfast ain't a luxury. It's a lifeline. One you can start tomorrow, no matter your age, no matter your past. 'Cause your body don't care how old you are. It cares how you feed it today. Habit number 5. Morning mind tuning. Here's something no doctor ever told me. Your mind gets sick before your body does. And if you want to stay young, truly young, you got to start there. Every single morning, before I talk to anyone, before I even check what the weather's doing, I do something I call mind tuning. It ain't meditation. It ain't therapy. It's just this. I sit still for 3 minutes, and I picture the kind of day I want to have. I don't imagine the traffic or the errands or the bills. I imagine how I want to feel: calm, strong, steady, useful. And then I picture myself moving through the day feeling that way, confident behind the wheel of my truck, clear when I'm talking to folks, at peace with whatever happens. This might sound small, but it's the most powerful thing I do. You see, your brain can't tell the difference between something you imagine real clear and something that actually happens. That ain't just talk. That's brain science. Dr. Joe Dispenza and the researchers at Harvard have shown in brain scans that when people vividly imagine doing something, the same parts of the brain light up as if they were really doing it. Over time, this rewires your nervous system. In other words, you can train your body to be calm, focused, and sharp before you even leave the house. Why's this matter? Because constant stress is the number one thing that kills your immune system. Not germs, not genetics, stress. It raises cortisol, which damages brain cells, weakens immunity, and even takes away muscle. And us older folks, we carry stress different. It shows up as confusion, tiredness, and sickness that seems to come out of nowhere. But when you take 3 minutes each morning to tune your mind, everything changes. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I had a buddy named Mike. Same age, same health background, but he was always stressed. News, politics, money. He lived wound up tight as a spring. And then one day he collapsed. Heart problem, no warning. He got better, but things were never the same. He asked me, "Bobby, how come you're never rattled? Don't you ever worry?" And I told him, "Worry is a thief. And every morning, I lock the door on it. It starts with intention. It ends with being tough when times get hard. And here's the best part. When you train your mind to be still, your body follows along. Your blood pressure goes down, your immune cells get to work, your memory gets sharper, and you even digest food better." A 2016 study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that just 5 minutes of daily mental practice significantly reduced anxiety, improved focus, and boosted immune response in adults over 65. And the results lasted for weeks. So yeah, I walk, I eat protein, I drink my golden drink, but none of it would matter without this. Because your thoughts shape your hormones, and your hormones shape your health. You don't need to be some kind of monk or guru. You don't need candles or special words. Just sit. Picture strength. Picture joy. Picture yourself driving at 91, laughing at the traffic, never getting sick. And over time, you'll notice something strange. It becomes real. Now, I ain't the only one in my family who's figured out how to stay healthy into our 90s. My sister Martha is 90 herself, and she's as fit as a fiddle. Still drives her Buick to town, still buys all her own groceries, still does everything on her own without nobody's help. She's living proof that these habits work, but she's got her own spin on things too. Martha's habit number 1: clean living. Martha's big on healthy eating, and she's never smoked a day in her life or touched a drop of alcohol. She says, "Bobby, why poison what God gave you?" And I can't say she's wrong about that. What's funny is she does the same morning routine I do before getting out of bed. We didn't plan it that way. Guess great minds just think alike when they're family. Martha's habit number 2: keep moving all day. At 90, Martha's all about keeping moving. She does her own housework, refuses to hire help even though her kids offer to pay for it. "The day I can't run my own vacuum is the day they can put me in the ground," she always says. She still drives to the store, carries her own groceries, and keeps her place spotless. Makes me look lazy sometimes, if I'm being honest. Martha's habit number 3: morning lemon and apple cider vinegar. Each morning before breakfast, Martha has her own version of my golden drink. She mixes fresh squeezed lemon juice with apple cider vinegar in a cup of cool water, not warm like mine. She swears it helps with digestion and keeps her from getting bladder infections, which used to plague her in her 70s until she started this habit. Ain't had one in over 15 years now. Martha's habit number 4: never sit too long. Martha's got this saying, "Don't let your behind grow roots." She never sits for long periods. Gets up every 30 minutes or so to do little exercises throughout the day, touching her toes, doing arm circles, marching in place. Says it keeps her blood flowing and her joints loose. Martha's habit number 5. Indoor walking when weather's bad. One smart thing Martha does that I've started copying. When it's too hot outside or too cold for our daily walks, she heads to the mall or one of them big box stores and walks the aisles. Temperature's always perfect in there. No ice to slip on in winter. No heat stroke risk in summer. Plus, she says she enjoys people watching while she gets her exercise. Between the two of us, we've got 182 years of living under our belts, and neither of us takes any medication stronger than an occasional aspirin. Our doctors can't believe it, always asking us what our secret is. Well, now you know, ain't no secret at all. Just simple habits done day after day after day. But here's the thing I haven't told you yet. There's one more secret I didn't share. It's the thing I do every single night after the habits, after the meals, after the walking and the thinking, something that repairs my body while I sleep. And science says it might be the missing key to turning back aging itself. If you found this helpful and want to hear about that nighttime secret, plus more straight-talking health wisdom from an old-timer who's seen it all, hit that subscribe button down below. Martha says to tell you she's got some financial retirement secrets coming up too. We ain't experts with fancy degrees, just two old folks who figured out how to keep on living good and strong. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. As Martha likes to say, knowledge don't cost nothing, but not having it sure can. We'll talk about that next time.